And just like that, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen at home. We have with us here Chris and Jen from the UpRock team, and I know Jesse and some other folks are going to be joining us soon. We'll give them a minute or so to get here, these laggards. But we have just a fantastic call for you today. We're going to be going through the token for UpRock. Maybe you guys heard. Maybe people know. I don't know. Anyone in the chat heard that UpRock's launching a token, perhaps? I think people are pretty excited about that. I see some price predictions in the chat already, which is going to be very exciting. So we have a whole bunch of things to tell you about how that is happening. I will warn you right now, I am a poor substitute host here. My guy, Seb Monty, is at the conference and not able to, so I've been called in to do my best Seb Monty impression, which I will try to do as we go through this. All right, and I see, okay, Ben Chow has arrived here as well, which is good. We'll bring him up in a second. I think we'll wait for just a little second longer. I'd love to know, personally, a little bit biased, where is everyone based in the UpRock international community? If you can drop it into the chat, would love to see where people are calling in from. Shout out to Seb, says UpRock themselves. No shout out to Cash. You know, this is what it's like to be a substitute teacher, folks. But we have Spain in the building.
Cash, I haven't said hi yet, but good morning.
We have people calling in from all over right now. Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Germany, Nigeria. I don't even know what time it is in Indonesia right now. But shout out to everyone calling in and joining us for this, because it's going to be a lot of fun. What do you think, Chris, Jen? Should we kick this off?
Let's do it.
I think let's get rolling. I'm super excited.
All right. Drop a little GM in the chat, folks, if you are ready for us to go. If you're watching over on Twitter or YouTube, hello. Don't forget to get active in the chat. That's what makes these calls a good time. So today we have no other way to say it. Corker of an agenda. We're going to go through some quick introductions of the people that will be speaking on the call. Then we're going to talk about UpRock's latest investment round, which recently got closed and is very exciting to share. There are a bunch of product and traction updates as well that Jen will take us through. Spoiler alert, product is getting some traction and some very fun numbers to report and discuss. Seems people like the UpRock. That's what it's turning out to be. Then we'll talk a little bit about how to onboard Web 2 into crypto using UpRock. And then, of course, the UpRock, the UPT token launch. All the details around that, including the LFG site, which my guy Soju the Lady Killer, can I get a little Soju the Lady Killer in the chat, is going to be taking us through the LFG site so everyone can see how that looks and see how they can test their claims. And then super exciting, first time it's ever happened. We're going to have Ben Chow talking about the new Meteora vaults that are there to make your lives hopefully a little bit better on token launch day. We'll talk about the DLMM pools and then T- before we close this one out. It's going to be a lot of fun. UpRock is asking, where is the Lady Killer? This is the question on everybody's mind, Soju. So whenever you want to turn on that video so people can see you, that'd be great. All right. So by way of quick introduction, in case you don't know, my name is Cash Donda. I am the Sherpa over at Super Team, which is a made-up job title that I made up myself. In addition to working with communities of talent all around the world, I also lead the Uplink working group over at Jupiter. I'm a DAO expert over at Meteora. Super Team has supported, specifically Super Team Turkey has supported UpRock a bunch. So this call is really like right in the middle of my little Venn diagram of interest. Plus, I just like UpRock a lot myself. I also host the Solana ecosystem call and am a big lover of UpRock. Specifically, the glasses that you guys have. I don't know, Chris and Jen, do you guys have those heart glasses that Jesse always wears?
I do
I don't have a pair.
I don't have a pair with me.
We're working on getting some made up, but we've had a lot of requests for those, and yeah, I think that's a thing now. So we're gonna definitely have to do some of those. Of course,
Please,
I want a profile pic that looks like yours, mostly because I'd like a profile pic that looks that much like me.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say. I don't know how much it looks like me if I turn to the side, but shout out to 466 who made this as a custom honorary. So shout out to him, and shout out to all of the people who are going to be rocking the UpRock glasses. Please put me in the top of that list. If anyone else wants the UpRock heart glasses, drop a little heart in the comments, and we'll try to get one and publish it if there's enough interest. We'll see. UPT, everyone eats. I gotta say, I love the energy here. All right, that's me. Jesse's going to be here in just a second. You just heard from him, the cigar enthusiast himself. Chris, last call you had a cigar. I saw. I was hoping that you'd come back with another one. And of course,
Gosh, I always come prepped, but I'm running a little bit late for this whole call, so I'm running a little bit late with the cigar too. But absolutely, we talked about this. I said, "Oh, guys, it's early in the morning to smoke a cigar," and the whole team said, "Chris, the community expects it. We've been doing it for all our countdown calls." I said, "All right, I'll get a cigar." So here we
Give
go.
the people
First
what they
cigar of the
want.
day.
I say, yeah, excellent. Chris, you mind introducing yourself for anyone who's not familiar?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name's Chris. I'm the co-founder of UpRock. Jen and Jesse's longtime business partner, and we love building mobile apps. We love building cool stuff, and we absolutely love this community. So I lead the engineering team at UpRock. I help make the decisions. I help write the code, of course. We're a small team, so nobody gets to, everybody gets to eat, but nobody gets to sit idle. Everybody has to come work in the kitchen. So I help build the app itself.
Fantastic. It's great to have you here, Chris. Thanks for coming out. I think we'll circle back to Jen in a second, but in the meantime, let me bring up the man, the myth, the best hat game in all of Solana, arguably the world, Mr. Ben Chow. Drop a little GM in the chat for Ben Chow. Ben, how's it going?
Good. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend. You mind introducing yourself in Meteora for anyone who doesn't know?
Sure. I'm Ben Chow, one of the co-founders of Meteora. I guess an OG now in the Solana space. Also a part of Raccoons. Longtime serial entrepreneur. Sort of newish, I guess, in crypto world. Everyone talks about being in crypto from 2017 and on. I started, in 2021 on Solana, and it's been a crazy ride. But I don't feel that new anymore. I feel pretty ancient. But yeah, I've been building a ton of startups for a long time. An early social gaming entrepreneur, and I've also done like med tech. So pretty fun to be here.
It's good to have you. You're an OG, and you've only been here since 2021. I thought you were much older in the crypto scene. That's actually news to me as well. But let me vouch for Ben's OG status. He's put in more than enough hours for a decade's worth of experience at this point in crypto, and it's great to have him here. Meow, unfortunately, not going to be able to join us, but we do have the lady killer himself. Soju is in the building. Soju, you want to introduce yourself real quick to the folks?
So I just reached my hotel. I'm in Malaysia with the team shipping this product. But yeah, I've been a Solana DeFi Maxi since the very beginning. My first job was actually at Radium. Jump around at different places and end up at Jupiter. And now I run the most of the LFG stuff, the DAO stuff. If you've seen voting, any voting communications or any stuff like that, it's all me. So if you ever need me and ever want to bring these concerns to me, just I have on my Twitter, my Telegram is in my bio. So it's try to be very accessible, and I'm very active in Discord as well. So if anything, any feedback, anything, just bring it to me. Thanks, guys.
Hardest working cat in crypto. Also, it's weird. I've known Soju for years now. I didn't know you started at Radium. I didn't know Ben only started in crypto in 2021. The UpRock call teaching us all a little bit something today, which is quite nice. And then Jen, I don't know if we have a slide for you, but if you don't mind introducing yourself for the folks at home.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Jen. Like Chris said, we've been working together for going on 15 years now. This is our third or fourth project together. Been working before this. We did a private browser, a private secure browser for mobile. We are all things mobile, Android in particular, and super excited to be here to talk to you guys about UpRock and the latest developments. Really exciting news coming up in 2 days.
There are plenty of things to discuss. The next 2 days are going to be madness, and so why don't we jump into that right now? By the way, if you are new to UpRock, there's a great video called Earn Passive Income with UpRock over on the UpRock YouTube channel. You get fully up to speed, everything around UpRock. In this call, we're going to mostly assume that you already know what UpRock is doing. And if you don't yet, hopefully this call will get you excited enough that you go and do some research. Let's start off with the big news here, or one of many pieces of big news. Chris, you want to tell the community about the latest raise?
Yep. So we are absolutely honored. We went out to the community and we said, hey, there's this wonderful thing we want to build, and there's this wonderful thing we're building, and there's this wonderful community that's super excited by it. And we need some rocket fuel for the rocket. And we are so honored that a number of great VCs in the space, including Borderless Capital, Draper Dragon, and many others, all came together and all helped us put together a $4 million token pre-sale. So that's a huge amount of rocket fuel that's going to get us exactly where we want and need to be to have UpRock be absolutely the best earning app out there.
Pretty incredible stuff. I mean, it's a murderer's row up on this board here. Shout out to Saga DAO as well and the Gummy DAO. So you have some DAOs on the cap table, which is relatively new. So showing the kind of crypto ethos.
Yeah, well, so that's obviously amazing. Both of them were so wonderful for us. Gummy DAO because it's a great group and because they really have already provided us with a lot of help. And Saga DAO, of course, we're incredibly honored. We know it's a newer project and something that's really starting to get a ton of momentum. But it's amazing that they trusted us enough to really sort of give us the baton to lead in this area on the Saga. So we're really grateful to both of those communities.
Excellent. It is a big raise. There's no question about it. It's plenty of rocket fuel, as you say, to kind of push the mission forward. And there's a very fun fact that I think we'll discuss a little bit later on in terms of the valuation here versus the valuation that the rest of the community gets. Spoiler alert, not getting dumped on here. Do you want to talk about that now, Chris? You want to talk about that a little bit later?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk about it now and I'm going to talk about it later. This was such a scary decision for us, but to be completely clear, the community, the curve that's launching in just a couple days here starts at exactly the same price that all of the pre-buyers got. We are not making a gap there. There is no room for dump. Of course, all of the pre-buyers are locked up for a long time as well. But a lot of projects, a lot of the time, you'll see that maybe there's a 2x, 3x or more between the price that the insiders paid and the price that the community gets to pay. And after a lot of discussion with a lot of people, including you, Kosh, thank you for your excellent advice in this regard, we decided we're not going to do it that way. Everybody in the community, the starting price on the curve where the first UpRock token gets sold is the same as all the insiders and all the VCs got. So it's like having the power of all of this. It's like the DAO of the entire community. If you believe in us, we're letting you participate as well in that regard.
Folks, this is pretty incredible. I'm not sure if people don't have a lot of exposure to how kind of rounds are priced and tokens are launched. Typically, this might just be like, oh, this is a nice thing. This is not just like a nice thing. This is basically unheard of. It does not happen very frequently at all. That VCs will get in the same price as the community. It's one of the things I really like about the UpRock team is the kind of emphasis on making sure that the community itself doesn't feel cheated, is not getting a raw deal in some kind of way, in the way that many other projects would do. Because obviously, if you're a VC or an angel investor, you like to see that immediate markup. You want to capture some of that upside right when the token launches. So this is maybe not the most popular with general VCs, but shout out to Borderless, Draper, and the rest of them who are on board with this kind of community-first vision. I think it's pretty important.
And I wanted to say really a great shout out to our VCs because we talked to them about this and everybody was pretty much supportive of this. If you needed to have it explained to them, but by and large, and ultimately they were all very supportive of this and believe, like we do, that building a great community and being very fair and generous with our community is what's going to make the overall project and community win in the long run. So that's why we're all for it.
Important stuff. And talking about important stuff, my guy Jesse has just joined the call as well. What's going on, Jesse?
Hey guys, how you doing?
We were wondering. There's a significant absence of heart-shaped glasses on this slide.
Yeah,
so I'm glad you're here.
I had to deliver. Yeah, I'm actually just landed in Austin for consensus here. So that anyone's in town, I'd love to see you in person. That's great. But yeah, excited to be here and let's go.
I'll be honest with you, Jesse. I might have created a little bit of work for you here. We kind of already promised the rest of the community heart-shaped glasses as merch from UpRock. So sorry about that one. But
we said you're going to deliver them all in person too. So yeah, get busy.
Jesse, anything you want to say about the raise that just got completed here?
No, I think Chris and Jen said it pretty nicely. We have a lot of content on this call, so I think that's it. Mainly, it's like we want to be about the community here and. They're so close together, so we thought it was a good move, and we read all the comments, so I think everyone's excited about it as well. So I'm glad we did. I'm so glad we did it, actually. Yeah.
Pretty great stuff, and the chat is digging it as well. Well, with that said, let's talk a little bit about some product and traction updates. Jen, do you want to take us through this section here?
Yeah. Well, can we go to? I think we have a slide with the traction updates here. Yeah, okay, so things are looking great as always, getting even better. So we did a stream, what was our last live stream? We had a huge spike in installs from that. Over 35,000 installs after that stream in just one day. And then we can see we've got over almost 1.4 million installs. We have over 80,000 on iOS, and we launched the iOS application on May 4th. So really quick, we're really fast up. Steep hockey stick over there. And now our rolling average of daily installs or daily users has increased. It was at 10,000, which was already impressive for quite a while, but now we're rolling average to 13 to 15,000 new daily users. And still maintaining that 4.8 App Store rating. So things are looking really good, and the community is looking really strong, as always.
Gets bigger and bigger, man. Some of these numbers are pretty wild.
We got the best community, man. We really do.
It's good stuff. People are clearly adopting it here. Have you guys seen any trends in terms of where UpRock is most popular these days?
I don't know what the latest country or geo is, but we are really popular in places like Nigeria, the Philippines, Southeast Asia, but all over the world. But yeah, we have a really strong community in Nigeria, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. Makes me happy to see. Like I said, it's the last project. I'm part Filipina. I was born in the Philippines, so it makes me so happy to see family over there, my kin supporting UpRock.
Some national pride that I like to see.
Yeah, and then iOS is interesting. It's majority of the installs are from the US actually, and this is all organic, so we don't pay any ads to target a certain country. It's just when people find us, so that's why it is pretty global. We US leads strong on Android as well, but iOS it's the first. So it's interesting.
Pretty great to see. And mobile apps or mobile downloads hard to fake, hard to bot. As well. So yeah, I think there's some higher fidelity in these numbers than you might see elsewhere.
100%. If we actually told you our real registration numbers on the website, it's actually more than triple. But we don't count the website too much because it's so easy to create, So the installs are more important. So we only actually share that because that's true. It's way easier to create bots and farms and all that stuff on web.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's like 3 million additional people or additional signups on the website?
Yeah, just like people just create all different ways to register. So, but we
Try
don't
to claim it out. Nice.
Yeah, it's overkill.
There's a lot of teams out there who are just trying to pump numbers, pick any, a site visitor is now a user and so on and so forth. So I think it's nice to see some integrity in terms of the data and reporting on the traction as it's actually coming in with real actual users. That's nice to see. And maybe speaking of that, to that point, in terms of like onboarding Web 2, Jesse or Chris, do you guys want to speak about these charts right here?
Yeah. So this is actually, you can see here, I should actually just check now, but that huge spike, that's our rolling day average that Jen mentioned earlier. And reason why you're saying this is onboarding Web 2, because we do a poll in the apps, in the iPhone and Android app, of how many people understand crypto. Are you new? Are you experienced? Or are you super degen? And almost half really say we're totally new to crypto. So those install numbers and that spike is actually from the last live stream. I just checked the stats just now. It's I think 20,000 today. So and it's just increasing. So these are actual screenshots from the app stores. And when you look at this, you're seeing people coming from the Web 2 world. Yeah, that's what's so exciting about it.
Yeah, and it's amazing that people are telling us this. So anybody who's an UpRocker, we love you all. And when you see a survey inside the app, please feel free to take it because we love to share this information with everybody. But it also really helps us to know and understand, hey, what do you need? Do you need more information about crypto? Or, we really didn't know as everybody who was coming to UpRock into crypto before. But as Jesse said, almost 50% indicated that they're brand new to crypto or that UpRock is their very first exposure to the crypto market. And so that's really amazing for us. And we're very honored to be introducing so many people to the Web3 ecosystem.
I think it's great. I love the idea of also onboarding people with this kind of earning opportunity. It's obviously something we do a lot of over at Super Team as well, but kind of showing the world that, hey, there's other ways besides just, margin trading with 100x leverage. Nothing wrong with being a degen, of course. I'm a little bit of a degen myself, but love to see like more avenues for access opening up for anyone who maybe doesn't have that same kind of degen blood in them. And I think UpRock is doing some great work over on that side. With that said, what can we talk about as far as the actual token launch date?
Well, it's set in stone. The rocket is fueled. The fuse is lit, you could say. It's May 30th at 1600 UTC. If you visit the websites and stuff, there will be some widgets on there to convert that into local times. But just about 2 days from now, we're blasting off, guys. We're going.
Yep.
48 hours until token launch.
Yes.
Jesse, how are you feeling over there?
We're barely sleeping, but we're excited. Yeah, it's great. A couple of things we should share too is if this is your first time experiencing a Launchpad, and you just make sure to only click links from our Twitter account around this time. And if you're new to crypto, there's going to be a lot of scammers that try to screw you over. So if this is new to you, just make sure the official links are on our social media. Even the comments and replies, be highly skeptical when someone replies to you on Twitter, because it could be a different name. Just remember all that. You just follow the main links. We're doing these streams today. We're doing another one tomorrow to be able to address any questions. We read all the comments. We're going to talk about it, but we just want to make everyone have a great experience. So there's that. The second is the vault will be live. The vault allows you, the community, to have the guaranteed first purchase to front run the sniper bots. So that's going to also be live. We'll share a link there on our official channels. That's a place where you can actually be the first purchase on the curve, and it's guaranteed. So you'll get the best price with that. And then there's obviously a adult one caveat. If you do so, there's a 1-day claim, and it's 6-day invests continuously over 6 days. So that is you get the benefit of being early is you have the kind of a 7-day window of waiting time to get all your tokens. So yeah, what else? Chris, Jen, am I missing anything here?
No, Jesse, I think you did a great job. Just want to underscore, we've already just today sent out and done our best to take down half a dozen fake UpRock tokens that popped up. So just uprock.com is our official website. Twitter.com/uprock.com is our official Twitter. And please just make sure to follow the official links, or of course on the official Jupiter website, which is lfg.jup.ag. And if you guys stay there, that should keep you away from any of these bad links.
Yep.
Stay safe out there, folks. It is going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a little bit of chaos potentially on Twitter. So I think that is an important thing. But May 30th, it is happening. Ready, set, launch. It's going to be very fun. Let's talk a little bit about the rewards for voters at TGE.
Absolutely. So this is a great slide that somebody didn't update properly. I absolutely guarantee you guys, I personally looked at and approved the file we sent to Jupiter with the airdrop. The total airdrop is 7,510,000 UPT tokens, not 4.5 million. So if you add up this slide right here, you'll see that it doesn't add up to 7.5 million. Looks like somebody didn't get that slide updated. But in a nutshell, we are going to have everybody who voted in the second round of the Jupiter Launchpad is going to get tokens, and they're going to get several million tokens. We're also, as we already said, going to reward our round 1 voters. Everybody who voted for UpRock in the first round is going to get 1 million tokens. And then we're going to add some additional reward for people who voted for us in the second round, additional reward for people who voted for us in both rounds. And then we're going to have a small airdrop also available for people who participated in the DPioneers NFT project.
Very cool. And just to clarify, that's a pool of 1 million tokens for those early voters?
Correct. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, people who voted in round 1 are going to get a pool of 1 million tokens, and people who participated in round 2 are going to get a pool of over 2 million tokens.
Gotcha. Divided amongst all the people that voted at those.
Yeah, and absolutely. And anybody who voted for us in round 1, that round 1 reward is actually a little higher per person, but the huge, amazing growth of Jupiter just meant that the number of people was so much bigger in the second round that we felt like we had to up the total number so that there was still a reasonable number for each person. But it's also amazing how big the Jupiter community has been and how wonderful everybody was in supporting us.
Pretty
Yep.
incredible stuff here. Love to see this. Yeah, Jesse, what are you thinking about rewards for voters here?
Yeah, we will update this. We'll share the final slide on the on Twitter. And we did actually add one more thing. Maybe you can mention that, because we are going to include a small drop for the super team. And I don't know if we want to bring that up. Yeah, you mentioned because the super team actually has been. Oh, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we have a slide, but tell the folks at home, because I think they will like to hear it.
Yeah, we should. We will update the actual slide on Twitter. You can see the final amount, but we did actually have a super team members, some of the Turkey members that helped us early on. So we're going to do some airdrop for them. They really were supportive in the beginning. Have a big part of our co-founding teams from Turkey too, and so that's part of the deal. So we'll put that on Twitter. You can see the actual final numbers. But of course, the biggest round of rewards are going to the people who actually voted for us. That's the biggest. That's really a big chunk of it. So.
Super exciting, both for Super Team Turkey members, as well as for anybody that's kind of been supporting along the journey here. And before somebody comes for me in the chat, I did not make the slides, so please do not try to fire me on this.
Yeah, and anybody who's saying in the chat, guys, I don't think maybe you guys don't realize everybody is working all night, every night. Jesse slept in the back seat of an airplane last night. He said, "Well, I'll leave in the morning." I said, "Jesse, you're not going to be in time for the call if you leave in the morning, so you're going now." I told you that at what 9 o'clock last night, and you left at 11:59. So yeah, everybody's working real hard. Something like this where we have an older version of the slide. What this is really showing you is that we're listening to all the feedback. We're looking at it and we're going, man, the community wants a bigger airdrop. All right, guys, let's do it. And we up the number, and then we just got to update some of the little stuff. But thank you so much to everybody who's working so hard.
That's my bad, guys. I didn't finish this one in time. I'm a little hungry and tired, like we said. So we'll get a proper slide up.
And there will also be rewards to anyone who has kind of been contributing to the network and using it as well, right? These are simply the
of course, that's right. That's so by far the biggest rewards are for everybody who's been using the UpRock application. I will absolutely tell you, if you've been using the UpRock application and you look at these, you'll see that those mining rewards are quite a bit bigger than this. That's where, that's the core of our value proposition. And so absolutely, those are available as well.
Yeah, and voters. It's rewards for voters.
And also, this is not ASR. This is not the ASR. That's another thing to remember too, because this is an addition to what the Jupiter team will do as well.
That's right. For anyone who's not familiar, ASR is active stake and rewards for people who have Jupe and then stake it and vote. There's an additional set of rewards that will come from that. So voters are eating well. No other way to put it right now. If you voted on LFG, if you voted for UpRock, you're going to be in a pretty great place. If you have the D Pioneers NFT, and of course the miners here are going to get rewarded as well. I saw a few comments in the chat, so just want to make sure we put that to bed. Excellent. UPT to the world. I know there's some questions in the chat about price predictions and so on and so forth. We're going to talk about the curve in just a second. So let me bring up on stage my guy, the Lady Killer himself. Please drop a Lady Killer in the chat for Soju from the Jupiter team.
Hey. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Back
so in the past,
better than ever.
Better than ever. This is how I UK at 1 a.m. in the morning, by the way. It's 1 a.m. here. Yeah, thanks guys. Over the past 2 days, we've been working very closely with the UpRock team to do the RFG site, as what Cash is showing on the screen right now. We're just but yeah, so if you scroll down, you can see that the site is the same as it always is, but we have something cool at the Meteora launch pool. Can you go through it?
Let me disconnect my wallet real quick. There we go. Almost doxed it here.
Yeah.
So the claiming begins in a little bit.
As what people are used to, you have a slot-based countdown. You have a claim airdrop site with your claim airdrop module, which once again, the airdrop claim here is not the ASR rewards, as Jesse have just mentioned earlier. And the launch pool part is the tool part. Like we have added an additional link below the launch pool, which takes you to the new Meteora vault that Ben just mentioned earlier just now. So this is a new feature that Meteora released, and we are hoping that people will try it out and see how it goes. But and that, the site is pretty much the same. What everyone is used to, you can view the curve right there. Thanks to all the community discussion that we had with the UpRock team and the rest of the community come up with it. And yeah, That's pretty much
Seems
it.
good.
Same site as it always is. And check out airdrops, pre-sale DCA email orders, and try out the Sniper Vault, the Alpha Vault, sorry.
We'll hear more about the Alpha Vault in just a second. But Soju, for anyone who's maybe not familiar with how the curve works, like how would you describe what we're looking at right now from an end user kind of perspective?
So LFG is designed to help tokens launch on chain organically. And the way we've done so is with this Meteora DRMM pool, where the team can decide the initial price, the maximum price, and sort of like draw a curve between them. And what this does is that once trading begins, users can trade against this pool. And this pool also has a fee of 2.5%, which sort of provides an opportunity for retail liquidity providers to provide liquidity tighter than 2.5%. So what happens usually is trading begins, and then 2 to 3 hours later, you have like retail users providing liquidity on Meteora, Radium, Orca. You will have some users, you will have market makers providing liquidity on centralized exchanges, and you have a very organic and thriving market. And 3 days later, this pool is removed because it has done its purpose as a bootstrapping pool to kick things off. And then the entire market is thriving just based off like retail activity, which is ultimately the goal with on-chain launches.
Excellent. So as people are looking at this, the way to kind of visualize this is that these are the amount of tokens. The taller the bar, the more tokens that are in the pool at that specific price bin. So for people asking, what is the token price going to be? It's going to start off at 4 cents per token at the exact same valuation that the VCs and angel investors got in before. So just complete parity there. And then the price will go up from that. So as more people get UpRock, the price will continue to move up this curve slightly slower and slower because there's more supply at the top end of the curve. So all the way from 4 cents to 17.3 cents is going to be going through here. Jesse, do you want to jump in?
Oh, sorry, just one last thing to add for me is that what usually happens at the start is that you have a lot of buying activity at the start from the Sniper Vault, from the Meteora Vault, from DC, from limit orders, and that builds up USDC. So initially, there's always going to be liquidity for the token either way. And what this does is that airdrop claimers can immediately start trading with the airdrop, buying more, selling some, and sort of like rebalance. And that's the goal with this pool.
Pretty great.
Go ahead.
I obviously want to say, so that I do not go to jail, you should do your own research before interacting with any DeFi protocol, including this one. As much as I love Meteora and Jupiter and UpRock, I gotta say that to stay at my house. I do also just want to quickly point out to folks who maybe haven't seen this feature from Jupiter before. Oftentimes, gas fees might spike slightly during the token launch, or there might be network congestion or other kind of volatility that can be a little bit tricky. So if you know that you do want to buy some UpRock, a great feature here, or if you want to sell some UpRock, but presumably you want to buy it if you're on this call, using the dollar cost average feature or the limit order feature here, you can actually place your orders before the token even goes live to make sure that you get in at whatever price you're most excited to get into, or whatever time frame that you want to get into. Jesse, did you want to jump in with something else on the LFG site here?
Yeah, I think the just I guess to be clear, maybe is the vault link. Maybe you should click on that just so people can see what it looks like. The vault, how it works, just to be clear, is it's live in advance, so that people who want to go in, you're basically putting your funds into the community bot, like our own fortress that's going to be fast, guaranteed to be the first transaction on that curve. And so that's how you get the best price. So if you want to check it out, this actually is how you deposit your USDC, and then you'll get your UPT claim. So just wanted to make that clear. Like, this is what you'll see, and this is how you deposit it. So it's a slightly different UI than Jupiter, and it's going to be it will be available beforehand, because the whole point of it is load up the bot, load up the community bot, and then as soon as the curve goes live, first transaction, boom, community bot buys in. That's how you guys can get guaranteed the best price. Okay.
So that's live right now, and we're going to do a video on how this works. I've seen some questions about that. We're for sure going to do a video. This is completely new for those who came to our last live stream. This is something that Meteora, Jupiter, and we have been all talking about and working on. And the idea behind this is that rather than allow snipers to come in, take all of the early part of the pool, the most cost-effective part, and then dump on the community, this is a community vault. We like to think of it as like bringing a bigger robot to a fight, or bringing a rocket launcher to a knife fight, because so many times in the past the snipers have just bought up all of the lower end supply, and if we were going to have a really low starting price that matches the same as the VC round, we really wanted to make sure that the actual community could get in on that. And so and many kudos to Ben, who I see has come back, who is the actual author of this, or at least the lead designer. But that's the idea behind it. But we're going to do a video about that tomorrow. But if you know how it works, and if you understand Meteora, you can go ahead and start participating right now.
Indeed. And then now that we have Ben, oh, sorry, Jesse, go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. It's great. I was gonna say, hey Ben.
So let's welcome back Ben Chow, co-founder of Meteora, up here to talk a little bit more in detail in terms of how this works and why you might consider this kind of like defense for average people like you and me over the sniper bots here. So Ben, you want to explain Meteora real quick, and then we can take a look back at the vault. Ben, you are ever so muted, or you've lost your voice, or maybe both. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Still muted, my friend. Let me see if I can I manually unmute you?
Oh, wait. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Yep.
The dulcet tones of Ben Chow.
Awesome. Yeah. So Meteora is one of the top dexes on Solana. We generally, I think we've done around 19 billion in volume in total, and generally do we've got over 200 million in TVL, and generally do between 200 and 500 million in volume per day. We build a lot of pool tech for token launches. You know, we power the all the LFG launches, and so this new vault tech, which we're calling the Alpha Vault, is something new that we've developed for to combat sniper bots, right? And sniper bots plague all launches, like not just LFG, but any token that's launching. There are very sophisticated actors who've built up like really incredible infrastructure, so that way, as soon as the token is live on chain, they're the first to buy, right? And it's generally pretty hard for a normal person to be able to beat them, because they don't have the infrastructure and the sophistication to kind of like get their transactions in sooner than a lot of these actors, right? And the downside of that is not that they're buying first, but it's mercenary capital, so they're going to buy and then sell right away to everyone else who's coming in to buy, right? So they're sort of front running a lot of the real supporters and holders who are looking to just buy some of the launch token. So the really cool thing about this Alpha Vault is that it evens the playing field. So everyone who's in that vault will have first crack at buying up that curve, right? And so for the first time, you might have like you don't have to build up your own infrastructure or get caught behind all the congestion that kind of happens during these launches. And it should be like an easy experience for anyone to just add whatever amount of USDC they want to be able to acquire tokens at a good price. If you click on the deposit link, one thing I would just mention is that a lot of these numbers are sort of really estimates on things. So they're really dependent on even the vesting and times. Everything is tracked in activation slots on Solana. So we sort of do an estimate, so you see relatively what you'll get, and then also the amount of token you might get is dependent on how much the vault is going to buy. So how much USDC is in the vault, how much the vault's allowed to buy, what the curve is. And so we try to do our best in sort of estimating something, so that way you can sort of get a better handle of what token you might get. But just bear in mind these are all sort of estimates, right? The one thing that we can say is that this thing will be one of the first to buy, and that it the first buyers are on the lowest part of the curve, so you will be anyone who comes after will get a higher price. So but this is also a very This is a new. This is a
First of its
a new
kind.
feature. It's in beta. Like we're launching it for the very first time. So, you know, you know, this is we'll see how it goes. You know.
It's one of
I
my
wanna
favorite
add-
things about Ben here. Doing it live in beta on a giant token launch worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll try it out live.
So-
go ahead, Chris, go ahead.
I will say
Well,
that's
so what, two things.
I'll just say one thing. We are this has been audited by Offside Labs, and we'll have a blog post and also a how to and all this, a lot of information for anyone curious about how it works, and the auditing and all that process. But you know, the sniper bots are a real problem, and you know, we feel it's really important to have a good solution to try with for folks.
So the other thing I wanted to mention, two things. First of all, Ben and I and others have already tested this on chain on production Solana with a real mock launch just a couple days ago. And the other thing I wanted to mention, this is the price is the maximum price is the maximum price for now. So what that means is if you're coming into this process, if a lot of people want to participate in this and there's more people who want to participate, then you will get some of your USDC back. We're not going to raise the average price. But I also wanted to mention, because I've seen some comments in the comments about, does that mean the price can never go higher? Absolutely not. We really, really hope that the price will continue to go up. And we've done a bunch of analysis, run some models and stuff like that. And we hope that this curve is a great on-ramp for the community. It's a great opportunity to start the trading at a really fair price for the community. But to those who hold UPT, to those who have been running the app and everything else, we also believe that this is going to be a price that lets the market start really working effectively. And hopefully, we hope it goes a lot higher than that. But what we want to avoid, what maybe we've seen happen a few times in the past, is the price is too high to start with. It's too far away from the VC price. And then there's a lot of sell pressure. And so maybe even if the price appears high for a little bit, almost nobody gets to participate at that high price. And it's all sort of a mirage. And so that's why we're trying to build a really strong curve and a really strong market that we hope starts and then just keeps on accelerating. And that's what we'd really like to see. So that's what we hope for everybody. And if you've been mining, if you've been earning UPT in the app, we really have designed this precisely with the hope that it will make the price go up over time.
Better for real believers to hold it rather than sniper bots, folks. So just to kind of summarize this, sniper bots, they cut in line. They, like, if you're at a bar, they like cut in line, they buy a cocktail and they try to sell it back to you at a marked up price. Ben and Meteora are putting an end to the sniper bots here. The pool will buy however many tokens are in it. I think there's something like 60,000 USDC in there right now. As the number goes up, it'll eat the first part of that curve, which means buying it at the lower price before the rest of the world gets a chance to buy. The more that's in there, the price will change a little bit depending on how much is actually loaded in there. But if you know you want UpRock and you know you want it at the lowest possible price, the vault is what you should use to skip over the bots over there. Excellent. Anything else that we should say about this Alpha Vault? I'm very excited about this. This is a first of its kind, protecting kind of like real users over bots and making sure the community has kind of fair access, again, at that same price that VCs got in at. Anything else people want to say about the bots before we move on?
I think just we'll say that for people who are new, since we do have a lot of new users to crypto, we will make a small video just walking through the page with the right link so you know exactly, so you can follow it screen by screen. You can follow exactly what you need to do. For anyone who's a little bit nervous or scared, this is kind of a new UI for you. We'll have that up, and you can just kind of follow exactly how to do it. Okay.
Excellent. Cool. All right. So Ben, thank you so much for coming out, and thanks for the hard work. I'm in the group chat. I've seen the number of messages that have been going around back and forth to make sure this is ready, battle tested, and that it works for the 30th. And it seems like all systems are go. Thanks so much, Ben.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, Ben. All right. Well, with that said, it is T-minus 2 days, May 30th, until the launch actually begins. So folks, again, you can go to meteora.ag and deposit into that vault if you want to lock in your token allocation right up front. You can use the airdrop checker on the LFG website to see what your allocation is, whether you're a voter, a miner, or anybody else. Anything else to say about the T-minus 2 here, folks?
Oh, we're just excited, guys. Like, yeah, it's just it's all pent up energy right now. So we're really excited for everyone to participate. The main thing we want to make sure that everyone stay safe out there. Don't click on any bad links. We've already seen a bunch of like airdrop checker links to see how much UPT you can get for free. Don't click on any of that stuff. They're all fake. Yeah, we're catching them today. The closer we get to launch date, the more they show up. So just make sure you follow the links on our official sites. Then you have a great experience. We're gonna have a video show you screen by screen how that works. It's been a long road up to this point, so we're really excited that the community has been tuning in and growing with the audience every single live stream. It grows and grows. So we'll do one last one tomorrow night. Read the questions we get today, and we'll address them tomorrow again. Yeah, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, and also team, everybody here, including the viewers, the community. If you see anything suspicious on like X or something, somebody trying to pose as us, because we've been catching that too, let us know and report it. And don't click anything, like Jess said. Like everyone said, don't click anything. But let's keep each other safe.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, there's a few common themes coming up on this call. Number one, token is coming in 2 days, and it's going to be a blast. Number two, stay safe, because it's going to get a little bit tricky out there. Number three, community coming first here, both in terms of the pricing and the tech that's being unveiled to help people access. There are a few questions in the chat around miners being able to claim. I assume that's through the LFG site, but just want to leave it up to you guys in case there was another process that I wasn't.
No, that's a great point. I noticed that in the chat as well. So thanks for bringing that up for us to address. The airdrop on the Jupiter site is just related to the Jupiter voting. That is not related to your mining or your use of the app at all. So if you go there and you're like, hey, I've been using UpRock for weeks, months, whatever, and I don't see it there, that's not the right place. So the big rewards from the UpRock mining there will be an app update going live very soon that will have the process that will be enabled at the time of the launch to do the token connection. So I believe we've made a few comments to that effect. But yeah, just to make sure everybody knows, if you've been mining in the UpRock app, you will be able to claim your tokens in UpRock on the web or in the app.
Excellent, excellent. So I know a bunch of people had that question, maybe saw the website, felt a little bit disappointed. Here's the good news. Your tokens are coming, folks. They haven't gone anywhere. Just check the app for when those come out. Excellent. And then the allocation for the D Pioneers, is that on the Jupiter claim site or is that elsewhere?
That is on the Jupiter claim site.
Gotcha. Okay, there you go, Anj. Excellent. Well, anything else that we should say in closing here before we start to wrap this up?
Guys, we are so excited that we have become part of a community, and we're really we're so thrilled to finally be blasting off here with the rocket. One thing I wanted to address, one great comment that I saw way back at the beginning of the video, I don't remember the name of who asked it. They said, hey, what's next for the app after that? We're not going to go into the whole roadmap right now, but I wanted to take a moment and say, in all of the excitement and all of the focus around having a great launch for the whole community, we haven't forgotten the core mission of our app. We are continuing to build. We are continuing to add more use cases to the app. We are continuing to add more partners. And remember, each of those partners will be a source of revenue to provide more revenue for our end users. So that is all something that we're still very focused on, working very strongly on. After this launch process is done, we'll be talking more about what's going on in that regard. But absolutely, this is something, we've said it before, we'll say it again. If you look at our roadmap, we already have our 10-year plan in there in terms of the community pool and everything else. And then, of course, the more use cases that we turn live in the app, the more revenue there will be to distribute out to the community via the mining process. So this is, as we said earlier, we've been fueling the rocket. We've been having everybody put on their spacesuits and test them and make sure they work right, and also doing some real work as well, but really just getting everything ready. And in 2 days, we're kicking the tires and lighting the fires, something like that.
Embrace the chaos.
To the question about claiming inside the app updates will go live soon, probably tomorrow, but the actual full claim process will go live along with the launch. at the same time. So if it's there, we may enable the ability to start interacting with it just a little bit early, but the actual like full live process is going as part of the launch.
Excellent. I'm seeing a bunch of questions around connecting the wallet as well. Is that something they should just wait for the new update to go live?
Tomorrow, that's going to be, update goes live, of course, but also we understand with a lot of these things, whether it's connecting their wallet to Jupiter, as we know, we're onboarding a lot of Web 2 people. So we know that we're going to need to put together some videos and some screen recordings of how to do each of these tasks. Seeing the comments, this is actually great. Thank you so much for the feedback, guys. I think that what we should probably do, Jesse will say this right now, we'll try to do a couple of really bite-sized recordings, and we'll put the topic on each one. So if the topic is how do you connect on UpRock on Android? How do you connect on UpRock on iOS? How do you connect to the Jupiter Launchpad? How do you connect to the Meteora Pool? We'll try to make a short, easily eaten, easily digested video on each of those topics, so that whichever thing you're looking to do, you can hopefully find a really quick walkthrough on just that topic.
Yep.
Very nice.
That's good.
Folks, stay on the official links if you want to go check your claim only from the additional bonus airdrop, not for the miners. The miners will be able to see it in the app. For anyone else who is voting, holding a D Pioneer, a member of Super Team Turkey, etc., you can use the LFG Launchpad website. You'll find that over on Jupiter, jupe.ag, and you can find your way to it. If you want to join the Alpha Vault, which I'm seeing a bunch of comments of people that want to do that, that's at meteora.ag. Will be the place to go. And then, of course, stay tuned to the UpRock YouTube for more tutorials on how this all works. And you got to be in the UpRock Discord, which I know is banging, and it's a very helpful community. If you have questions, people in there will be able to help answer those as well. All right, folks, I think we did it.
Great.
Anything else you want to say before we call this one to a close?
No,
Just
that was excellent.
thank you, everyone. Oh, sorry, Jess, go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
Oh, just thank you, everyone, for coming and listening to us talk, and for all of your support. We are so excited for Thursday and our rocket ship to the moon together, all of us. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
I saw one more question that scrolled by real quick about staking. So absolutely, we're going to talk about this more tomorrow, and we'll have some more information on this. But if you would like to earn some fees and provide some liquidity with your UPT, we'll also do a video for that. You can use Meteora, Orca, others, but you can absolutely go do that. And we'll put together some instructions for people who are new to this for how to go ahead and do that.
Excellent. All right. Folks, for myself, for Chris, for Jesse, for Jen, and for Seb Monty, who's out in the world, but will be back next week for the regularly scheduled appearances. Thank you all so much for coming out. Tokens in 2 days, folks. Get hyped, get ready. Tell everyone you know things are about to get pretty wild from here. All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.